Hey there! Today's ride takes me deep into the heart of Appalachia and rolling out onto the legendary Route 250. I'm on my 2009 built Electra Glide. The scenery is absolutely breathtaking, but this trip isn't without a little drama. There's one heart-stopping moment where I almost go down. By the grace of God, both the bike and I stayed upright, so saddle up and come along. This is a ride you don't want to miss. Hey there, this is Bronx Brothers Motorcycles and my name is Richie. Today's ride is one I've been looking forward to for quite a while now. We're rolling out of Staunton, Virginia and heading deep into the heart of the Appalachian Mountains, along legendary Route 250. Now, if you've never ridden these roads before, buckle up because this is some of the most beautiful, soul-stirring scenery you'll ever lay eyes on. Rolling hills, sweeping curves, fresh mountain air. This is what riding is all about. Now, I'm on my 2009 built Electra Glide, my faithful road companion, and she's going to prove once again why Harley Davidson builds these machines like tanks. Flawless performance, smooth pull, and just that unmistakable rumble underneath you that makes your heart beat a little faster. But I'll tell you right now, this trip wasn't all smooth sailing. There was a moment out here that got really sketchy really fast. One of those split seconds where your stomach drops and you think, oh no, this might be it. Thank God Almighty, the bike and I both stayed upright. We are at the Shenandoah Pizza shop, and I ordered the margarita and a Sprite. I don't want to eat too heavy. Thank you, sir. Quaint little town, Staunton, Virginia. Some people call it Staunton. Most people call it Staunton. Let me give you the history of this town. Nestled in the heart of the Shenandoah Valley, Staunton, Virginia is one of the most charming and historically rich small cities in America. Its story begins long before the town itself, when the Shenandoah Valley was home to Native American tribes like the Siouan and the Iroquoian peoples, who used the land's fertile soil and abundant waterways for centuries. Staunton's recorded history began in 1732, when settlers of mainly Scots-Irish descent began arriving, drawn by the land's promise and natural beauty. In 1747, the Virginia legislature officially established Staunton as a town. It was named after Lady Rebecca Staunton Gooch, the wife of Virginia's Lieutenant Governor, Sir William Gooch. From the start, Staunton grew quickly because of its location. It sat at a key crossroads for pioneers pushing westward through the Shenandoah Valley and into the frontier beyond. During the 18th and 19th centuries, Staunton became a vital hub of commerce, government, and culture in western Virginia. In fact, for a brief period during the American Revolution, when British troops threatened Williamsburg, Staunton even served as a temporary meeting place for Virginia's legislature. By the mid-1800s, Staunton was thriving. Its economy was driven by agriculture, trade, and industry, and the arrival of the railroad in the 1850s transformed it into one of the most important transportation centers in the region. Staunton's location on the Virginia Central Railroad helped fuel its growth and connected the Shenandoah Valley to the rest of the state and beyond. When the Civil War broke out, Staunton played a significant role as a supply and transportation hub for the Confederacy. The town's hospitals treated thousands of wounded soldiers, and its factories produced goods for the war effort. Despite its importance, Staunton was spared the worst of the destruction that swept through many southern towns. So many of its antebellum buildings and homes still stand today, giving the city its timeless, historic charm. After the war, Staunton entered a new chapter. It became known for its educational institutions and progressive spirit. In 1842, the Virginia School for the Deaf and the Blind was founded here, one of the first of its kind in the South. Later, in the 19th century, the town also became home to Mary Baldwin College, which began as a women's seminary and remains a respected liberal arts university today. Staunton is also known as the birthplace of President Woodrow Wilson, the 28th President of the United States, born here in 1856. His birthplace is now the Woodrow Wilson Presidential Library and Museum, a popular stop for history lovers visiting the city. The city's downtown, known as the Beverly Historic District, blossomed in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Its beautifully preserved Victorian-era buildings now house shops, restaurants, and theaters. One of the crown jewels of Staunton is the American Shakespeare Center's Blackfriars Playhouse, the world's only recreation of Shakespeare's original indoor theater in England, a cultural treasure that attracts visitors from around the world. Today, Staunton is often called one of America's best small towns. It's a place where history is not just remembered, but lived. From its cobblestone streets and historic churches to its vibrant art scene and welcoming community. Whether you're here to explore its museums, ride the scenic roads that pass through its rolling hills, or just enjoy the small-town charm that's been centuries in the making, Staunton offers a glimpse into the soul of Virginia's past and present. And there you have it. You know, it seems as though when we ride our motorcycles, we are riding through so many places. And, for example, we'll ride through a town like this and not ever think of the rich history that the place may have. When it comes to riding motorcycles through our country, that is what really gets the juices flowing for me, is going through all of these places that I know are rich in history, and once I come across them, or sometimes even before, is doing the research and finding out what happened there. Because as you can see, we have history here from even before the United States was the United States. The history of this area is very well known to be way back with the Native Americans. So that's what I enjoy. So Staunton, Virginia, however you want to call it, great place to visit. I've been through here a few times, and it makes it that much more interesting now that I know the history every time I'm riding through. So I was wondering why the police were up the street. They're basically running everybody out. And I just read that sign, no parking Friday after 4. So what they're gonna do is they shut down this street. It's party town.
You said 10 minutes?
How long you been here?
Here?
Today.
6:30.
6:30 a.m. and it is 4:30.
Yeah.
Wow, long day for you.
Yesterday we did 6:30 until we didn't get home till I didn't get home till like 11.
And you go back to Harrisonburg?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I was watching a girl There's a guy that I watch on YouTube, and he was in Alaska.
That's awesome.
And there's a girl out there doing the same thing you're doing. And I forgot how much she made an hour, but it was a lot. A lot. And I imagine, because at the same time, she's in the middle of nowhere, and if a bear comes, I hope she has a gun or something. Because I can't remember. I'm sure maybe there was a pickup, but they were doing the same thing, you know, like the truck would come and take this group up.
I want to go to Alaska and do the dog thing.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I did a ride or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you have a good trip.
Thank you.
Make it home safe.
Yeah. Come on, baby. Take care. So I'm stuck behind this guy for a little while, but won't be bad because we know we have new roads up ahead. It's really nice. Brand new pavement to play on. We are on top of the world over here. There's no signal, but it is a beautiful sight from up here, as you can see. Now let me show you with the drone, because the roads here are amazing, and that's what you want to see. There's also a lot of bugs, a lot of butterflies. It seems to be bug season. Anyway, seems to be a very popular road with sports cars and motorcycles. Just saw a bunch of Porsches going down. Listening out for cars. But I've stopped here before. The very first time was with my cousin Edgardo. Rest in peace, Edgardo. I'm taking this ride, and I brought him along. I brought a picture of him along in memory of him, because he loved these roads up here. Now, I don't know how many of you follow the people that I ride with, but my cousin Edgardo's from Jersey, was from Jersey, and he loved Appalachia. And I brought his picture That's my brother right there. I miss him. He loved doing this kind of stuff, just riding for hours and hours. And he knew all of these roads. He was from Jersey, but he knew these roads better than I do. And I live in Virginia, which, by the way, this is the Blue Ridge Mountains. This is Virginia right here where we're at. So like I said, the very first time that I came here, he brought 3 of us here, was probably, I don't know, 6-7 years ago. So this ride's for Edgardo. The roads are spectacular, as you can see from the drone. So I haven't yet ridden down. But the good thing is, traffic is being stopped. So I'm going to have nobody slowing me down on the way down. I think I have about 2 hours to my room. So I'm just going to enjoy the ride. For those of you that know the area, I am headed to Monterey. Monterey, I haven't hit it yet. But once I get to Monterey, I'll hang a left. And I guess I'll fill up. All right, let's go. Everything's secure. Everything is secure, and now we're gonna roll. These roads here are like, I don't know, somewhere in Europe it reminds me of. That's a hell of a hairpin.
done this ride before by myself. This is Route 250 through George Washington. I'm not sure if it's national or state park, but in the summertime on any weekend this is packed with bikes. And it's not yet fall, but we're not far from fall. But this is, I mean, these are switchback. Look at this road right here. On the KTM, I could do some damage on this road. Yeah. But I didn't want to put my jacket on. So that I'm getting used to the cool weather. Let my body acclimate. That little section right there is worth $1 billion. It is not quite full yet, but the trees are starting to change. Total concentration. almost went down right there. I almost went down. Whoa. Whoa. I almost went down. I slid. Woo! That's not good. Yeah, my back tire slid. The front held. I see more of it here. I ain't messing around with that stuff. Temperature dropped right here a lot more. Thank God there wasn't any cars coming head on, because that's what I did to save it, was go into that other lane. Just stand the bike up. I was leaning to the right and I stood the bike up, and that's what saved me. But God is with me. I say plenty of prayers. God's got my back. Now I'm scared of the gravel. Every time I see a little bit of dirt. There we go. And that, my friends, I believe is Monterey. Yeah? I could be wrong. But I've been wrong before. No, this is Monterey. Yep. It's a nice shot from that road. Monterey corporate limits. Dollar General. There's a lot of Dollar Generals in Appalachia. See how much time I got, and then I'll see how much gas I need. Oof. All right, let's take a little break here.
All right, people. That's going to wrap up this ride. What a day it's been. From almost going down, I will say that was a close one, to the scenery and the twisties. Every mile reminded me why I love being out here on two wheels. There's nothing quite like the peace you find riding through these mountains. Just you, the bike, and God's handiwork all around you. But don't go too far, because the fun isn't over yet. In my next video, we keep rolling through some of the best roads the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia and West Virginia have to offer. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss it. Now, if you're new here, I gotta ask, have you subscribed? And for everybody else, did you give the video a like? I think it at least deserves that. Well, anyway, for those of you who are new here, these are the type of videos that I put out, as well as a variety of different types of videos. Instructional videos, gear review, parts review, everything and anything that has to do with motorcycles. Now, if you don't know, I own a bunch of motorcycles, so it's not just my Electra Glide. With all that being said, you all take care. Watch out with the crazy people on the roads, and I will catch you on the next one. Adios.